So I'm going to share this blank worksheet. And Brunel, you had asked you had sent me an email asking about some specific terms. So Brunel, tell me where in the program, the pronunciation program, you are right now. Like what module are you working on right now?
I'm currently working on the first module.
Okay.
It has to be just like I'm looking at now, intonation, pitch, volume, word stress. In other words, the vocabulary of fluency.
Yeah. Yeah. So all of these are words that we come through except one. And I'm going to do a little, so you said trunking. And is this something that you had heard through my videos or something else?
I heard it through a video and also from other videos.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do a little correction. It's actually chunking.
Chunking, yeah.
Chunking. At first I was like, oh, trunking, I've never heard of that, you know, so I was like Googling it and things. I'm like, and then I thought for a second, I'm like, no, he means chunking. Okay. So chunk with the CH sound is definitely something we talk about here in this program. Okay, so let's do an overview of what all of these terms mean. As you go step by step through this program, you will absolutely learn in very much detail what each one of these are, because we talk about them in a lot of detail. Okay, so intonation is the raising and lowering of your voice. So when I go high or when I go low, is intonation. And what happens in American English is our intonation raises and lowers. So an easy way to kind of hear it is if we take words out of it and we just say da, okay? Da 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 da. Okay? So do that for me. Just go da 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 da. There you go. So you're using, exactly. So you're using intonation in that situation to raise and lower your voice. Okay. So that's intonation. Now, intonation and pitch, I use interchangeably. So pitch is that high, you have high pitch and you have low pitch. Okay, intonation is the rising and lowering of your pitch. Does that make sense? Yeah. So pitch just means you can either have high pitch, low pitch, middle pitch. It's just the level that your voice is raised. Okay. Intonation is how we raise and lower your voice to create the rhythm of English. Okay, because the rhythm of English is all about how we raise and lower our voice as we're speaking. Okay, and there's different rhythms, just like music. Jazz has a different rhythm than classical music, than than hip hop. There's different rhythms that you recognize. Oh, that's hip hop, or that's jazz, or that's classical music. Same thing with languages, is that English has a different rhythm than Italian, than Spanish, than Chinese. Like there's different rhythms that happen. Some have a more staccato, like some of the Indian languages have more of that staccato sound, versus American English has more of a da 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 da. Okay. So are you with me here, Brunel?
Yeah, I am. But excuse me, I do have a question, since I don't want to forget.
Yeah.
Does it have anything to do, intonation, does it have anything to do with the quality of your voice, the nature of your voice? Because you're talking about the raising of the voice and the lowering of the voice.
Yeah, so intonation and what we call like timbre is kind of the quality. There's another, and I don't use this phrase in the timbre. I'm trying to think how you even spell it. I don't use this term very often, but some voice coaches use it. Okay. Timbre. I think it's spelled like this. Timbre is that voice quality. So notice some people have a very smooth quality voice. There's that smoothness to their voice. That's the timbre of their voice. And I don't talk about that as much. I think when you get more into like acting and voice coaching, that comes into play a little bit more. We do talk about kind of that lowering in the chest versus the high in the head voice. Okay. So those things are, yeah, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about voice. Okay.
Okay.
So let's see. Volume, it's how loud we're speaking or how quiet we're speaking. Okay. So when we're talking about volume, it's, are you projecting your voice or do you have a really quiet mouse voice, you know? And so volume makes a big difference in how, not only how others understand you, but when you project your voice, you tend to articulate better. And so using a stronger voice tends to get our mouth in position better, okay? When we talk about word stress, this is in module 3, we deep dive into word stress. Word stress is which syllable in a word is getting more emphasis, okay? So when we talk about even just like volume, we're emphasizing the first syllable in volume, okay? Versus if I said volume, then that's second syllable stress. Okay, we don't tend to hear people say volume, you know, because we don't stress the second syllable in that word. Volume is what we tend to do. So that's word stress. And you'll get deep into that in the later lessons. When I talk about keywords in a sentence, when we're stressing or emphasizing keywords in a sentence, it means that we are emphasizing words that have a lot of meaning to our sentences. And that changes quite a bit in sentence stress. But something that stays pretty consistent is names, numbers, and negatives. And to get that emphasis or stress, because those tend to be keywords in sentences, okay? And that's in module 4, you'll get really deep into sentence stress. And then chunking, we talk a little bit later, we do a lot in study groups, but that's basically just it's a higher level skill. Once you kind of understand word stress and sentence stress and intonation, then we start talking about chunking and how to create more chunks in our sentences and the wave patterns that happen within the chunks and the like linking that happens within the chunks. Okay, I know I'm throwing a bunch at you right now really fast, but I just want to give you a general overview of some of these terms because we do a lot more with them through the course. Okay.